Talento Real es presentado por First Medical.
I'm excited. It's a great group of guys. Obviously, they've done a lot already. So, I'm just trying to come in and hopefully help. I know how hard it is to get to this point even. So, I want to do what I can to hopefully help the team. And, they got a great chemistry, great culture. So, hopefully I can just add to that.
Hey guys, let's go back into your childhood. And when you guys first felt your Puerto Rican roots, when was it? Was it a time in particular?
I kind of grew up more being closer with my mom's side of the family, so I've always kind of felt my Puerto Rican roots. Like, at least growing up in my family, I kind of grew up in a Puerto Rican house, because that's most of the family I knew. My aunts, my grandmother, my grandfather growing up. So it was only really actually in the real, like, when I'm outside of my family, they're like, because I don't really necessarily, nobody would say I'm Puerto Rican just by looking at me. So, I always had to kind of try and fight for that identity. But other than that, and in my household, I've always been Puerto Rican.
In this case, you are going to be like the veteran of the team. That means that you have to put on leadership.
I'm just here to, share my experience, share whatever knowledge I may have of whatever situations, help the guys if they need it, and that's my role, and whatever I can do to help, that's what I'm here for.
How about the competition that you guys are going to be facing on the first round? Top teams like China, Serbia, South Sudan. Can you give us a little bit about that?
These are great teams. Obviously, Serbia, I play with a lot of those guys. I know they're a great team, but so are we. And we just have to take it one step at a time. It's not like, we can't think too far ahead. We have to just it's a process, and we just have to take it one step at a time. I think we'll be all right.
How about you, Guillermo? How about the competition that you?
Oh, great competition. China's great program, so is Serbia. South Sudan's rising, but like he said, we just got to take it one day at a time. We have a long month, 6 games leading up to that point, so those games will prepare us, to the level that we need to play, and just got to take it one day at a time. One day, don't look too far ahead, don't look to the second round or anything, and accomplish the task at hand.
How about those 6 days of preparation that you guys are going to have on this next week?
Yeah, no, it was great. We're playing some top talent, and I think it's really going to open the eyes of a lot of the guys to the level that we need to play and the level of the competition in the World Cup. And it's going to be a great experience, playing against Serbia before we play them in the World Cup, USA, Dominican Republic. We can see them in the second round. So having these games is going to be really helpful for us to give us good experience before the World Cup.
Same question as one from Holland. When she first felt the Puerto Rican heritage here.
Both my parents are Puerto Rican, actually. They grew up in New York. I grew up in California, so there's not a big Puerto Rican community where I grew up. But in our household, I felt it. And then we would go back to New York where my aunts, uncles are over there, and it was just a different environment. That's where, you can really feel the Puerto Rican. We would have the block parties, the house parties. So from a young age, I've always felt it, and I've always known that I was Puerto Rican. So, yeah.
John, usually when a player gets the chance to represent a country internationally, the biggest stage is Worlds and then the Olympics. You missed the 2019 World Cup. Do you feel that emptiness? Do you feel anything not being there, knowing that you've been a part of the program before?
I missed the World Cup in 2014 too. I missed. So like, yeah, I mean, a part of me does feel kind of, like I want to experience that because I did miss the two previous ones that I had a chance to go to. So, it's always exciting. It's an honor, and I'm excited.
Does it mean anything for your career? Maybe a checklist that you can put on your resume?
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's one of those things that you want to experience. It's something that's a great stage and great competition. So, I'm personally, that's something that I've always wanted to do ever since really 2014, where I couldn't really make it because I got hurt. So, sometimes things like that happen. Obviously, even on this team right now, we have people who got hurt that can't come. So I know how that feels, and it's since then really it's been something that I really wanted to experience.
For Isaiah, I think you're the only returning player from the 2019 World Cup, so I want to touch on that. How will you compare both preparations? I know it was the first time you were in Puerto Rico before that World Cup, and then the plan that Arroyo has developed for this team. How will you compare both? Do you feel you'll be more prepared this time, or were you, okay with the way things worked out in 2019?
I mean, 2019, that was my rookie season, so I had just graduated college. I wasn't really planning. I talked with Eddie about the World Cup a little, but it was kind of wasn't planning on making it, and then he gave me the call, so that whole experience was very eye-opening. It was my first time playing pro. I just come off summer league, so it was my first international, competition, and so it was very eye-opening to see the level that the World Cup has to offer. And then this time coming around, 4 years in now, I'm a better player, more experienced, play at a high level, so I feel like I can contribute more, and not even on the court, but just, leadership and, like John said, trying to bring the experience that I have playing to the guys and trying to help them out that way.
What about the plan, like the scrimmages and
Oh, I mean, the coaches are going to do everything they can to prepare us. Last time in China, we played some really good teams. I think we had a good World Cup showing, We made it to the second round. This time, I think the competition is stronger, for sure. So it's just different. It's hard to compare them, different times. We have a completely different team. We have a lot of young guys now that haven't played in a major tournament yet, but the talent's really good. So I think we're going to compete. That game's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
That's going to be special, obviously, to play on the island and to have the fans come out and see us. But, it's just, one step on a long journey. We still got the whole month to try and prepare, and it's just, step. It's a process. So I'm excited to get that started.